back to the Gaming Disc Podcast, episode 5. I'm here with my co-host Joey.
What's up?
And, as you know, Logan. I'm here.
Yes,
so, today's topic is, just we're going to keep it casual and games we like and possible remakes that we'd like to see. And maybe some funny ones,
Right.
Just for funsies.
Yeah, and we get it. Like, not everyone likes remakes of games, but some of them are pretty promisable. Like, for instance, the ones that came out. What comes to mind right now is the Pokemon remakes that have been made. Like Fire Red and Leaf Green, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. All three of those games are, like, way better than the original, if you ask me.
The Reignited trilogy came out as well.
Yep, Spyro. Of course, we got some of the Zelda ones, like Majora's Mask 3D, which I prefer so much more than the 64 version.
Yeah, well, I mean, that came out a little while back.
Yeah, and Ocarina of Time 3D as well. Which
that was even before that.
Yep. But still, like, I definitely prefer those over the originals. And even, like,
that controller, that N64 controller is insane.
Yes, definitely. Didn't they do some Mario remakes?
The only thing coming to mind is they're remastering New Super Mario Bros. U.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they did a lot of like new Super Mario Roller games, and like personally, I played the Wii one because I thought it was like a fun party game kind of.
Yeah.
And then same for the Wii U one, but the handheld ones I didn't even get.
Yeah. So.
Those aren't really remakes, but just like kind of continuing.
New Super Mario Bros. 2.
They're kind of just continuing what they did with the DS originally.
I mean, they're fun. Like, it's a fun game that you can pick up if you really don't want to use your brain.
Right. Yeah. So for games that we like now that we want to remake, I think would be a really cool one is, it'd be kind of controversial, but I love the original product. It's Star Fox 64.
You want to see more Star Fox?
Yeah. I really think, we did have a remake one of the 3DS, but it wasn't that. It was very forgettable.
Yeah, it was a short game.
It's fun, like, on the go, but I think the Switch can make it so much better with graphics, sound, gameplay. 64 one is a classic, obviously, but I just think, like, the gameplay is very raw, if that makes any sense. Like, it's very, it's very dated, you can tell, and just by the graphics as well.
You can just pick up an NES Classic or SNES Classic, they're on there.
Right, yeah.
But and I don't know what you mean.
It's the 64 one. Star Fox 64 is definitely what I'm talking about. Or they could even do the SNES one, which I'm not really too fond of because I think that's very outdated. The blockiness, it's just it's kind of like it's almost unplayable if you ask me. Like, I can't even like play it because it's like so like dated just by the graphics. I know it was like one of the first things I used, like the 3D chip or whatever it's called, but.
Me personally, I know if I were to get this remake or remastered, I think it'd be really, it wouldn't be good. Like,
right.
I would like to see another Banjo-Kazooie game.
Oh, that's right. They last Banjo-Kazooie game we got was Nuts and Bolts in 2008 on the Xbox 360, which was a horrible game. Very bad. They kind of like tried to like revamp the series, but it just didn't work out. No one really cared. No one liked it who actually did play it, and it's just it didn't have like what Banjo-Kazooie was known for, which was collecting, exploring, it was like a racing game, but like cars. Like, what? This isn't Mario Kart. This isn't Need for Speed. This is Banjo-Kazooie. We want to explore and have cool characters.
Explore a large world. And the thing is, you don't need to use the cars in that game. Apparently, you can just explore the world. But the thing is, the world is so empty.
It is very empty. It is a very disappointing game.
So I'd like to see another.
They could definitely make the first two. First two, I think, are amazing games.
Yeah, but the only problem is it's Rare's owned by Microsoft Corporation.
Yeah, and of course, Rare did the Rare Replay for the Xbox One, which is pretty cool.
Still only on the Xbox.
They could redo a lot of Rare games like Conker's Bad Fur Day, Perfect
awesome.
Dark, Battletoads even, Or even
actually, we are getting another.
of course,
Battletoads.
007. That's probably the biggest one, 007. And even Donkey Kong 64.
Just imagine 007 competing with major FPSs.
Everyone loves 007. I've personally never played it, but I've seen gameplay of it. It looks like a fun game.
It, rival a game like Battlefield or Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's definitely what inspired all of that.
Yeah, let's bring it back.
So like, yeah, definitely have like a modern remake of like who's the guy who plays James Bond now? I forget his name. I forget his name, but you can just have that guy play him instead of the guy who did it in the 90s.
Yeah, the GoldenEye movies are like really. There's a lot of them.
Right, and they can definitely just like expand on that property.
Yeah.
And do something, and just like make like a new GoldenEye game because everyone loves 007 and just the whole game series and just Rare in general. That's definitely one of the classic like Rare games. Another one that I think would be really cool is Metroid Prime, or like actually like just like a Metroid game in general. Like
why not? Hear me out. Why not revamp all the Metroid the Metroid Prime games up to Metroid Prime 4?
Yeah.
So people can get ready.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I don't think the Wii Metroid Prime 3 really needs to be like remade because it's fairly recent. I mean, I think it's 2009. So it's kind of
definitely know more about this than I do.
It's kind of
never played.
I mean, the first two was on the GameCube, and I could say the first one, while amazing, it could definitely use some tweaks to graphics. But the music, I think they keep the music. I think they keep the music fine. You know, music is perfect.
I've never played one, so it'd be
in the atmosphere. It's almost like Fallout. You know, another thing they could do is remake the first two Fallout games because I've never played them and they're really outdated. They're from the 90s or something or like early 2000s.
Then it wouldn't be from
and
actually there's some complications there because the original creators of Fallout, Interplay, is working on a brand new game with people who worked on Fallout New Vegas.
Oh yeah.
And I believe it's called I forgot what it was called. It was something about it's like something about the universe, the outer world.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So they're making that, and I'm super excited for that. But
yeah, and I think Fallout 3 is one in my top 5 best video games of all time.
Oh yeah,
Fallout 4 is also great. Fallout New Vegas is good. Fallout 76, we don't talk about that.
No, we don't.
It's very disappointing. But yeah, I don't know. I just think something from like, or even before Fallout 3, something like that would be kind of cool.
Well, one thing you got to be mindful though is I have sorry about that. I actually on PC bought all the original Fallout games in a little bundle on Steam.
Yeah,
and anyone can. So
yeah, and they're very cheap. They always go on sale anytime Steam has a big sale. So
is Fallout 1, 2, and Fallout Tactics.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So yeah, but one thing to keep in mind is those games are very different than the Fallout formula nowadays that Bethesda has, made. Yeah. I'm hoping Bethesda doesn't screw up Elder Scrolls 6. I'd be very disappointed if they did.
Right. Yeah, it'd be a cool remake as well. Now, hear me out. The original Smash Brothers on the 64. Now, they could easily just do like a plug-in, just like, hey, this is like the original version, just like with better graphics, because that's all it's missing.
Are you saying take Smash Ultimate and add another menu to the game? To play the original.
Yeah, I mean you can do it, I guess, like if you don't unlock any characters, but like still, I mean, I just think it'd be kind of cool.
I mean, the closest you get is you have the original 8 characters.
There could be an option, maybe like have an option for like any like part of Smash you want to play, like the first one, Melee, Brawl.
So you're saying you're talking about like a Smash simulator, like
kinda, yeah.
Like make it like
because Smash is hard to play. For instance, like you need a GameCube or a Wii to play Melee. You need a 64 to play the first one.
Yeah.
And Brawl for Wii. It's like if you had it all in one, that'd be kind of cool.
That'd be cool.
Because everyone would be satisfied. They'd have their copy of Smash on their most recent console.
Yeah, it'd be like, okay, so you feel like or maybe it's like a skin, like let's say like it. Like it covers over like.
Yeah, kind of like Mario Maker, kind of.
Yeah, people are really disappointed that Smash Ultimate did not get a level editor.
Yeah, true. That kind of disappointed me because I always like to just double around on like,
Yeah,
those things.
no, it was fun.
Yeah, that was really fun. Or like just have like a whole game consider that like Mario Maker, Super Mario Maker. Yeah, that'd be definitely be really cool. They could do that with like other games, you know, besides just Mario. They could do that maybe like Zelda. That'd be kind of cool. Like have a whole make a whole Zelda universe. That'd be very awesome.
I am very excited for what's coming up. The very right around the corner is Kingdom Hearts 3.
Ooh, you know,
right around the corner.
I know this has nothing really to do with Kingdom Hearts, but it is an RPG. Remake the Final Fantasy VII, one of the best games of all time.
You do realize how many times Square has
I know,
they do it.
I know, but like you need what's console? PlayStation.
Yeah,
It's PlayStation 1.
I believe it's only going to be on PlayStation.
Yeah. Come on, dudes. I mean, that graphics. Like, look at Cloud and look at Cloud in the Smash. Like, oof.
Yeah, but remember, when was the last time they announced that they were making a 7 remake?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's
literally the first time people asked for it, Square just put out a port, like a remastered version of Final Fantasy VII Original.
Yeah.
But that's not what they wanted. So they're like, oh wait, that's not what you wanted. You wanted like a full remake, like redone.
Yeah, just like what we had with the Zelda games, for instance.
Yeah. So they like.
And Wind Waker too. I forgot Wind Waker had a remake on the Wii U.
That gives me another idea for a really great idea for a remake. I want to see Legend of Zelda, Spirit Tracks, and Phantom Hourglass
on the 3DS or on the Switch too.
No, see what I'm thinking.
Those games are really underrated.
What I'm thinking is if they put it on the Switch, they can bundle them together.
That's true because those games are very close. Those games are very close together.
So when I saw how beautiful Wind Waker HD was on my Wii U, I'm like, oh my god, just imagine being like on the train or on Lindback's boat in the water. Just imagine how it would look. It would just, it'd be amazing. I'd love that to be remade.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that being a Switch game and just have like update graphics. It look beautiful, especially Spirit Tracks. Yeah, those games are very underrated. Definitely.
Yeah, it was one of my favorites, Spirit Tracks.
I'm trying to think of some other ones. Professor, ever played the Professor Layton games on the DS?
No, I've heard of them.
Those games, well, I don't know. They could probably do like an updated, like first Professor Layton.
What about bringing back Flipnote Hintana?
Ooh, interesting.
Okay, I know that's
maybe.
That's way out of the way.
Maybe update the first Half-Life. I mean, they kind of do it in Gary's mod. Well, not Gary's mod, but you know what I mean. Like they kind of like expanded on it with like Half-Life 2 with Gary's mod, and then like, I guess. I mean, I love the first Half-Life game. It's not underrated, but like it's. I feel like people look over it.
That's the thing. Valve's games are so overlooked, but they are so good. Like for narrative.
Yeah, Portal and Left 4 Dead.
Favorite.
Oof.
Portal's my favorite.
And Team Fortress 2. I put so much time in that game.
Yeah,
They're kind of the reason why we have Steam. Actually, it's because of Valve. But
yeah, Valve is amazing.
I could see. I mean, I know everyone wants sequels from them, but at this point,
Half-Life
I don't
3.
see them like not remaking a remake of the first Half-Life.
People want Half-Life 3.
Half-Life 3, Portal 3, Team Fortress 3, Portal 3, Left 4 Dead 3, Dota 3.
Yeah, but
like, oh my god.
Gabe Newell can't count to 3. So
Gabe Newell, man. Gabe Newell. You know we have the same birthday. Fun fact. Me and him have the same birthday, November 3rd.
Really?
Yeah. That's a weird fact, but but yeah, the Valve games definitely get overlooked, but they're amazing. Like Portal and Portal 2 are honestly, so good.
I'd root for a Portal 3, but I know that's not going to happen. So
I just love how the game is like, and they don't need to remake it at all. But I just think it's perfect how it is.
I have both games, and I'm like,
yeah.
I
have a PC box set of Portal 3, Portal 2, not Portal 3.
Yeah, I could literally just sit down and pick a day and beat both the games like in a row. I mean, they're short, but they're just amazing.
Good, they're very satisfying. Whenever you beat a level in Portal, a very hard one is just so satisfying. I did it. I'm smart, without looking it up.
I love all the dialogue too.
Yeah, and Team Fortress 2, man, that game's so addicting. I don't care what anyone says. That is probably one of my favorite online.
Overwatch.
That and Overwatch are like my favorite like online shooting games all time. I have so much hours in both of those games. Oh, that's crazy. But yeah, Team Fortress 2, man, that's a good game. Left 4 Dead, of course, zombies
Yeah, that
pretty
was
much.
fun.
It's
I
a
never
fun game.
played any of that.
It's
though.
solid, you know. It's not like Dead Island or like Evil Within, you know. It's like kind of edgy for the wrong reason.
And I prefer Resident Evil.
Left 4 Dead actually has a story, kind of a little kind of a story.
When it comes to any like zombie or bioinfection or anything like that, I prefer Resident Evil, which they are
Resident Evil is definitely
making
good.
Resident Evil 2.
Ooh, yeah, that's right.
That's coming. It's already on the store. It's already on the Steam store. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
And of course, like they could like redo horror games. Like I could see. Well, they kind of did this with Slender Man. They kind of did the Arrival, which was it's whatever. But I think like they can definitely like.
Or what about more Silent Hill?
Not really. Ooh, that's a good one. Or even like Alien Isolation or something.
That's fairly recent though, and that game.
Well, not remake it, just like create more with it, because I think Alien Isolation is a very underrated game.
So
like, it's
you
very
want
overlooked.
more of a sequel than a.
Yeah, for those ones. I mean, like I just love horror games, you know.
Yeah,
Dead Space as well.
It's the number one way to get immersed in.
I think they're better than horror movies.
Of course.
That's just my opinion.
Of course.
I mean, I love my horror movies. I create horror videos, quote unquote horror, even though they're like, you know.
Is this another shameless plug?
Another shameless plug. Check out the Scare series on the Abacross. Subscribe.
But yeah.
But yeah. I just think it. Yeah, and like, I guess you could kind of like remake something like Silent Hill or even Amnesia, probably.
Amnesia: The Dark Descent.
Yeah.
But see, like a game like Amnesia, it's got that whole Steam workshop.
Right. Yeah.
Way, because the game has a story. It's base, but then there are people who are who go on the Steam workshop and they make their own stories, and it's amazing what incredible people make.
And like the workshop and all that, just like for any games, like Gary's Mod of course has that.
Gary's Mod is
Team Fortress.
Gary's Mod is literally everything about Gary's Mod is the Steam workshop. It's
yeah,
literally.
I bought it. I'm like, all right, what do I do in this game? And like I had to.
You are like so limited. You have to go to the workshop.
Yeah, dude. You just do it. Just have fun, you know. Have you ever seen Vanoss, dude? He makes that game look so much fun.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah. You know, and we could also like do remakes of like NES games and like try to make them more like revamped, but I think that'd be kind of too much. For instance, for instance, like Legend of Zelda 2, maybe.
I've
Adventures of Link.
Look, I mean, as much as I love the past and I'm a freak for nostalgia,
there's been a lot of nostalgia lately.
I think we rely on it too much.
Yeah.
Content creators and other, game developers, I feel like they're too afraid to leave their comfort zone to try to create something new. They're afraid. So they stay back in their little hole filled with nostalgia, and it's like, oh.
And they're oh yeah.
Hey, remember this?
We're remember the first Mario game? That was pretty good. We made a ton of money on that. Let's do it again. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I think we rely too much on nostalgia.
Yeah, and like even like non-video games like music,
dare to be different.
And like movies, TV shows, a lot of it's nostalgia. Like Queen, Stranger Things, a lot of it's like nostalgia. I mean,
So I think people nowadays need to be openly more creative and creating new and diverse content and stop heavily relying on nostalgia.
And we definitely got indie developers working on that.
Yes,
indie games are where it's at.
Yes, really. It's definitely
not Fortnite. Oh my god. I can see them making like a Fortnite 2 just so they can like get more money out of 13-year-old kids.
What kind of game is it anyways? I know it's not a AAA, it's a AA. Or is it? I don't know.
It doesn't really matter. It's Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's just Fortnite. It's whatever.
Just imagine if it was AAA. Just imagine the Fortnite console.
Let's not talk about that. That's a discussion for another day. All right.
Well, we seem to be running out of time for this podcast. So
yep.
we're gonna we're gonna pack this up and
We're gonna pack what up?
I don't know.
We're gonna probably have some gameplay of Smash next.
We are planning on making some actual video game gameplay.
So look out for that.
Podcast.
That'll be pretty fun. All right.
So
Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yes, and thank you for tuning in to the Gaming Desk Podcast. I'm your host Logan, here with my co-host Joey.
What's up? And yeah.
We will see you in the next one, hopefully with some gameplay. See you next time.